Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to bring you guys a new list video. Today, we're going to be counting down the top 5 wrestlers, in my opinion, in WWE history. Let's get into it, guys. Number 5, Randy Orton. Orton has been a mainstay on WWE TV since the early 2000s, and is, in my opinion, one of the best to ever step in the squared circle. Some of his accomplishments include having the feud of the year with Triple H in 2009, the most popular wrestler in 2010, and holding the WWE Championship 9 times. Orton is also the 17th Triple Crown Champion and the 10th Grand Slam Champion, and even at the age of 38, Orton is involved in a storyline with Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke Nakamura, so he isn't completely out of the picture yet. Orton has a long list of accomplishments and accolades, so he deserves to be on this list. Number 4, Hulk Hogan. Hogan was one of the best wrestlers of all time, and one of the most popular ones as well. Hogan created magic each time he entered the squared circle, and his matches with the likes of Andre the Giant and the Ultimate Warrior are gems in WWE history. Hogan was a big part in making the WWE what it is today, with him being able to put on great matches and also being able to get the crowd on his side. Hogan was one of the best in wrestling history at getting the crowd behind him and also against him. Hogan's heel work in WCW made the company a wrestling giant in the 90s, and his work is still being talked about today, most notably though being at Bash of the Beach 1996, where he famously turned heel against Macho Man Randy Savage and was revealed as the third member of the NWO. Hogan was able to transition from face to heel like nobody else. Hogan was an attraction in the wrestling industry for a very long time, and despite the controversy that surrounded him, he was able to rebound. Hogan should be a lock on this list. Number 3, John Cena. Just like Orton, the 16-time world champion was dominant for most of the 2000s and the 2010s, with his work as a heel being one of the most underrated acts on SmackDown in the mid-2000s. Cena, however, got a good amount of criticism for being a babyface and burying young and upcoming talents such as Wade Barrett and Alex Riley. However, Cena has changed since then, and now he is an attraction on SmackDown and Raw. His promos against The Miz and Roman Reigns are regarded as some of his best work as a babyface, and just like Orton, Cena has flourished with age. Cena has many accomplishments under his belt, but none top his 16 world title reigns, tying Ric Flair for the most in wrestling history. Cena deserves to be on this list because just like Hogan, he has done great work as a heel and a babyface, as well as still being an attraction for WWE all these years. Number 2, Ric Flair. Some would say he is the greatest world champ ever. Others would say he revolutionized the wrestling business and became one of the biggest attractions in wrestling history. Flair is both of those things. Flair did great work when he was a part of the Four Horsemen, and he molded WCW along with Dusty Rhodes. Flair also had success with WWE, winning the 1992 Royal Rumble to win the vacant WWE Championship, where he entered number 3, one of the greatest performances in Rumble history. Flair came back to WCW in 1993 and had similar success there too. Flair even had a decent run in the WWF from 2001 to 2008, where he retired after a memorable match at WrestleMania against Shawn Michaels. Flair is one of the greatest because he had incredible longevity and was successful in WWE and WCW. Flair no doubt deserves to be on this list. Before we get on to my number 1 pick, some honorable mentions include The Rock, Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H. Number 1, Stone Cold Steve Austin. In my opinion, Stone Cold Steve Austin is the best wrestler in wrestling history. Austin helped the WWF in a time where they were losing to WCW in terms of ratings, and Austin was the main catalyst in ending the long winning streak of WCW in the Nielsen ratings. Just like Flair, Austin revolutionized the WWF and molded the Attitude Era into what it was in the late 90s. Austin's feuds with The Rock and Mr. McMahon are perhaps 2 of the best storylines of all time, and catapulted Austin to one of the most beloved babyfaces and also one of the most successful stars in WWE history. However, a knock against Stone Cold Steve Austin is that he started in 1995 and ended in 2003, only lasting 8 years. Stars like Flair, Cena, and Orton all had 10 plus years in the spotlight, and Austin had a shorter career than all the people on this list. That doesn't deny, though, that Austin was the best in history in terms of drawing crowds as well as heat toward the likes of Mr. McMahon and the corporation. Austin deserves to be number 1 because if it weren't for him, we would be watching WCW right now instead of WWE. Period.